we're trying some new technology today, which is always fun and a bit of a challenge. But welcome to today, which is day one of Create Your Signature course that sells. So yeah. Chantal says she keeps picturing that hilarious reel that I did. Oh my gosh, that's still my favorite one when it's like, oh, thank you, thank you. What necklace are you wearing? It's Vivienne Westwood. If you know, you know. Go check out my reels. It's so funny. All right, so welcome to today. This is day one. You guys have all signed up to create your signature course that sells in 5 days with me. I will be doing my lives on the business page, and then we share them into the Facebook group, Build Your Brand Online. Make sure that you do all your homework, your questions, your introduction posts, everything like that. That happens inside of the Facebook group. So we do this here so that you guys can share. Hey Monica, hey Anandi, hey Ursula, Chantal, nice to see all of you guys popping on. And yes, so the first time it didn't work, and then I went live again, and it's all good. So do all the homework posts, questions, intro posts, everything like that happens inside the Build Your Brand Online Facebook group. And I'll go through, we're going to be doing a giveaway. We're going to be doing 3 prizes, and I'll show you what those are. And to be eligible, basically what I'm going to do this time, just make it fun. Every time you share, so every time you share the live, your name goes in the hat another time. So if you share all the lives every day, you get more chance of winning that gorgeous Carrie Green planner and 2 mystery boxes. So those are going to be the prizes this time. So I have even created some slides. Hey, Eileen, nice to see all of you. If you guys have been in my world for a while and you guys are in my programs, type the program that you've done with me. So maybe you are in the Brand Your Expertise Online 6-month group program. Maybe you've done some of my DIY courses. Maybe we've worked one-on-one together. So let me know in the comments, how do you know me? How do we know each other? Okay, so let's have a look. So this is Create Your Signature course that sells, and I want to get started, want to dive in straight away for you guys. Make sure you've got this workbook. So this is the Create Your Signature course that sells workbook. So every single day I'm going to be giving you homework, and you just need to post your homework in the group. But the homework is there and it's chunked down day by day so that you can actually have your course mapped out with me and with all the other ladies that are in the group by the end of the week. So this is an action-taking week. So it could be the first course you've ever created. It could just be the next course you're thinking of creating. So I know some of you guys may already be working one-on-one with people, or you might have a course, but what is the next course? Or you could use it to actually refine what you have already. Cool, nice to see you, Celeste. And Nandi is in Build Your Buying Audience, and also the Launch Plug and Play Asana template for launching. Cool. Let me know which of my courses you've done if you've been in my world for a little while. And if you're new here and you've just signed up, welcome as well. So nice to have lots of new faces. Eileen is in Brand Your Expertise Online, also one-on-one coaching, and we did your personal branding shoot. Yes, we did. It's gorgeous, and your website is almost ready to launch. Okay, so just overview of what we're going to cover. Day one, we're going to be covering what is your course idea. And I really want you guys to go away tonight, like feed off the energy here and go and brainstorm what your course is actually going to be about. Hi, Shan. Nice to see you as well. Also one of my students. So I want you to take the energy of each day and the momentum that everybody will be sharing in the group, and do your homework, brainstorm what the course could look like. So that's what day one is. What is your course idea that's going to get your clients results? All right, so on day 2, we're going to look at ways to package up your knowledge, and we're going to do a little bit of market research. So even if you guys have done this particular mini course, which is a free mini course before, I have changed it up a little bit. So what I want you to do this time is I actually want you to do some market research. And Monica, yes, Monica has been in Brand Your Expertise Online and the retreat, the Barefoot Lux retreat, which was amazing. So day 2, we're going to learn about pricing basically packaging up your knowledge and the market research, sorry. Day 3, we're going to go on to pricing your profitable program or course. I'm going to tell you what the industry standards are in US dollars of what you could be charging for courses, memberships, group programs, whatever you want to call it. I'll explain the difference of what those things are as well. And day 4, you're actually going to map out your module. So what is that journey that you are taking people on to get them a transformation by the end of the time that they work with you? So we'll do that on day 5. On day 4, on day 5, I'm reading slides, which is, I normally just talk to camera. So this is a new thing for me. I normally just do chat to camera, which is all fun. But I thought, let's just change it up this time, you know? I'll give myself a little challenge. Hey, Anthea, nice to see you. Hey. All right, so on day 5, we're going to be talking about how to actually sell your signature course, because there are so many people who create a course and have no idea how to sell it. So they don't know anything about launching online. They think that they can make a couple of posts and that that's going to be enough, and it's just not going to be enough. There's a lot of noise online. You really have to stand out. So I've got you covered on all of that. Right, so I'm going to be doing a giveaway this time. So we're going into 2022. How did that happen? And this is the most gorgeous planner. It's from Carrie Green, who's in the UK, but she does ship worldwide. So I am going to be giving away, I think these are worth about $60 or so. So it's a big, thick planner for the year. So this is first prize, and the way to win is to share. So if you share this live, you can share it to your personal page, you can share it to your group, wherever. Just type shared in the comments, but I can also see who shares it as well. So sharing this and taking part in the Facebook group is how you're going to get your name in the hat all the time. So the more you share it, the more your name goes in the hat. All right, so that is the first prize. Second prize is I'm going to do a custom mystery box for you wherever you are in the world. I'm going to find a company. This is a UK company, so if you're in the UK, it will look like this. If you're not in the UK, it might look slightly different. But just for fun, you're going to be getting a custom gift box like this, customized to you, and that's second and third prize. So there's 3 prizes. Hi, Rams. Nice to see you here as well. So first, second, and third prizes. And, even if you guys are in my programs already, some of you come back for more. Rams is an alumni track. A lot of people do my 6-month group program and then they come back for more. I have a monthly alumni membership, which people come back for more, which is always a good sign. So there's always something more to learn and refine. All right, so how to win. So just make sure that you've actually signed up and registered for the Create Your Signature course that sells extravaganza that we're busy doing now. So make sure that you've registered for this free mini course, this free training that we are doing. And then what you need to do is share that you have registered. So you can share this graphic. The graphic is being posted in the Build Your Brand Online Facebook group, which is the group that you need to come and join to post your homework so we can all meet you, do your intro post, meet the other people. And then as you create your course and as you want to post your homework, you can also get feedback from other people, because your ideal clients might be sitting in the Build Your Brand Online Facebook group. And if you put there, hey, I'm thinking of doing, I know examples Chantal was talking about, like a systems audit type thing. We were brainstorming ideas. There might be people in there who need a systems audit, and if you put the idea in there, they might go, hell, I want that. So we want to use it as market research as well. So this graphic is a little graphic we've created. There's an Instagram story version and just a normal feed version. So you can post the graphic and say, I've registered, and tag me on Instagram so I can reshare you. I can see that you've shared it. And then you can also tag me on my personal page as well. Okay, so every time you share, your name goes in the hat again. So Tracy's already shared it. So she looks like she wants that planner. So make sure that you share it, and then you can stand a chance to win that gorgeous planner or a mystery box. Tracy's really good at winning competitions, so you guys better watch out. She's really competitive. All right. And then the fourth thing is share your homework and your daily takeaways, your aha moments inside the Facebook group. So inside Facebook groups, which is something good for you to know if you're going to run your own Facebook group sometime, or maybe you have one, is you can see who the top 10 most engaged people are in your Facebook group. So the top 10 people, we're going to put all of your names in the hat again. So even if you share it, your names are going in the hat again. All right, let us know if you have any questions about that. So I quickly want to let you know a little bit about me. I'm not going to bang on about this forever because that really annoys me when I watch stuff. But I just want to quickly tell you, because I know some of you are new here. So this is me. I'm Chanel Segerius Bruce, currently living in Jeffreys Bay, like 30 seconds walk from the beach. When we left the UK, we lived there for 12 years, and we moved to the Caribbean, actually, to the Turks and Caicos Islands. I always said I want to be walking distance from the beach, like from living in the UK, commuting into London, doing all that work. I'm sure some of you guys have been there. When we moved to Turks and Caicos, I kind of made a pact in my mind, and I was like, I always want to be walking distance to the beach, and hopefully we can keep that going. We did that when we were there. We also did that when we lived in Sharkers Rock, and now we're living in Jeffreys Bay, which is also, we're right by the beach. So I lived in the UK for 12 years, lived in the Turks and Caicos Islands for 2.5 years, had my daughter there. I do have a background, just want to let you know that I do have a background in working in ad agencies. I worked as an art worker and a retoucher, so I've been in production teams. This is why I know about project management. I also ran a photography business in the UK. We did destination weddings all over the world. And I also ran a social media agency. When we moved back to South Africa, I opened a social media agency. And then after 3 years of doing that, people started asking me, how do I do things versus just, we want you to do it for us. So I moved into the business coaching space. And here we are. I've been doing the business coaching now for 6 years. So back in 2013, I became a mom. This is my little girl. She's 8 now. And everything changes when you have a little one. So I didn't want to be working 6 days a week, shooting weddings on the weekend, trying to, leave my little one with a nanny, while I had to work and go edit weddings and everything like that. So I think this is a common story for a lot of people, that when they have a little one, they want to change things, or they just want to make a big change in their lives. So let me know, put a palm tree emoji in the comments if you've ever felt that way, or if you've gone through that change yourself. Like, that big move or that big change. So this is what happened for me. Had my little girl, and then, I didn't want to go back to work full time. So that's when I made that transition. And this is where we live now. So blessed to be living here in Jeffreys Bay, right by the beach, working from home. Husband also gets to work from home. And we literally moved here like on a whim. We moved down here. We came on a holiday from Sharkers Rock, and the flat that we were renting had been sold. And I quickly looked at what can we get for the same amount as we're paying in Ballito? And if you guys know of Ballito, like the rents have skyrocketed, and this is what we could get here for the same as a 3-bedroom flat in Ballito. So we were like, we're moving, and we're still here like 5 years later. So, all right. So I have been doing this training and coaching business for 6 years now, working remotely and mostly working with, people all over the world, really. So Australia, America, the UK, Europe, and some people in South Africa as well. All right. So if you are ready to get paid for your knowledge and not your time, so maybe some of you are working one-to-one with people. Maybe you do a lot of done-for-you services. So I work with a lot of graphic designers, web designers, photographers, wedding industry, coaches who are maybe working one-on-one and they want to move into group programs, group courses, that sort of stuff. So if that's you, let me know. Put a yes in the comments if you're ready to leverage. And remember that you need to get ready now so that you can actually make this a reality in 2022. So it's 2021 now. And, you need to look at how can you create a group course, a group program, learn how to launch it like a few times a year so that you can have that leveraged time and that extra income from that. And then what you can do is scale back the one-on-one work that you do or the done-for-you work that you do. So put a yes in the comments or put a ready in the comments. And Andy's ready. if that's you, if that's what you want to do and you want to actually make it happen. Okay, so put it in the comments, let me know. I know you guys have signed up for this and you're amped for it. So you're ready to change that trajectory of your life and also the life of your dream clients. So it's not just about you, it's really about a ripple effect. So you're wanting to align your sole purpose and what you're passionate about teaching with your business so that you can get clarity for the vision that you were born to create. So I know I've got some incredible clients. I've got an architect in Bahrain who is working on a UNESCO World Heritage site. I've got Eileen in here who, worked with Natalie Portman on, incredible movies, like Black Swan, etc. So these are, I've got some really incredible clients and very talented clients as well, like people that are creatives, are photographers, are makeup artists, are coaches. You guys are really making a difference in the lives of the people that you are working with. And that's really what it's about. It's about that ripple effect. Okay, so you are ready to take your life's work and package it up into mentorship or transformational offers and courses that get real results for your proteges. So this is for you. You're in the right place, okay? So it's about that ripple effect, and you have that inner knowing that you are meant to, set up in this world as the leader, step up in the world as the leader as that you truly are. And to do that, you do need to get visible and you need to put yourself out there. Sorry, that slide snuck in there, but this is Nicola Dove. I'll show you her before and after later. This was meant to come at the end just to show you what's possible. But Nicola's actually busy launching this week, so it's been super exciting. She sent me this on Voxer, and she just had a $48,000 launch, and she's a film stills photographer. So she actually joined my program in like this time last year, and this is now her 4th launch in a year. So she went from zero, like never doing a Facebook Live, never having a course, but having a good niche and being really good at what she does and wanting to teach. And she went from 0 to 6 figures in a year by launching her course, the same course, 4 times in that year. And the last launch that she just did now was $48,000, which is crazy. Okay, so get your workbook ready, print it out. Yeah, Nicola. And Monica says, Monica's actually a friend of Nicola's, and she recommended my program to her. I was just about to mention Nicola. We chatted over the weekend. She's spinning. She's so happy for her launch. I know. She came back on alumni track and she wasn't even going to launch now. And she was like, I don't know. I think I'm going to launch next year. I've got something else. I'm thinking about doing this thing now. And, I don't know if I'll launch the course. And the Bond films just come out. She literally was the photographer on the James Bond film. And like everybody is buzzing about it. She's getting press. And I was like, no. You park that other idea. This is what I talk about. Focus on laser focus on that main group course offer, launch it multiple times, then you can start adding other things in later. But don't feel like you have to have all these different offers. I was like, you just launch that straight away off the back of the PR and off of the buzz of the Bond film. And she was like, oh, you think I should? And I was like, yes, definitely. And now she's just had this huge launch. So it's very, very exciting. All right. So your course idea that gets them results. So your course idea that gets your dream clients a result. So it's about the ripple effect. By me teaching people how to launch and successfully create a course, write sales pages, put their courses out there, now Nicola's having this incredible launch where she's never done this before. And also, yeah, exactly. With the Bond film, there was a never better time to launch. I was like, it's just so nice of them to release the Bond film for you right at the end of the year. So, and then the people that she's teaching, she's actually teaching people to be able to get onto film sets, and her students are actually getting onto blockbuster films and small films, big films, medium films. So it's super exciting, and it's about that ripple effect. So it's not just about the numbers and the money, although that can be fun and exciting to celebrate, but that's not what it's about. It's about the outcome for the client. It's about the result and the transformation for your client. So I want you to think about the fact that people buy the outcome, like they want to become a film stills photographer. They want to, what is that transformation that they want to get on the other side of your program? Hey, Jennifer Claire. She's also one of my amazing past students and clients. Nice to see you guys all popping on. So go to your workbook, make sure you print it out. Like printing it out and writing it out actually works better for our brain. However, if you want to do it on your computer, they are fillable PDFs. So in the Facebook group, I want you to show us that you're doing your homework. However you want to do that, you can take a picture of it written out, you can screenshot, or you can just paste your answers in there and post a picture of yourself doing your homework so that we can see. So really, this is something in copywriting that you have to train yourself to always, like when you're writing the name of your course or the headline of something, you have to get out of like the flowery and esoteric and like up in the clouds, and you have to explain it so that anyone would understand it. You can get flowery and whatever in your copy if you want to, if that's part of your brand, but copywriting is really the art of making things simple so that people can understand it. So what results do you help people with? Like what results can you help people with? And it seems so simple, but a lot of people don't actually know the answer to this. So I really want you guys to get clear on this and tell people and make sure that they actually understand what you do. All right. So yeah, exactly. So writing it down is really, really powerful for our brains as well. So what are you being called to teach? What are you passionate about? So this is all stuff that's in the workbook. So make sure that you grab the workbook. Tracy or Jade, won't you pop the link for people if they haven't registered yet so that they can register to get the free workbook? So what results do you help people get? And what are you being called to teach? What are you passionate about? It is important to actually want to teach the thing that you're putting out there. And sometimes there's a balance between like what you do professionally, or maybe you have a passion, but what audience do you have? So that's the other thing to just take into account. So I actually have a friend of mine, I'm just going to go back to that one. A friend of mine, she runs a translations business. So she does French translations herself because she grew up in Mauritius. So she has the French and English. She started a translations company, and then she's built that out with like, German, Spanish, all the different languages, and she has an agency. But she wants to teach people how to, start a translations business. So that's one course that she can do, that she has an audience with, that she already has a proven result. Her other passion is health. So she's like dived into natural health. She's always been into that, giving advice. She's done a certification in it, but she has no audience, zero audience. So she actually messaged me and she said, "Oh, Chanel, what should I do? Like I've got the health stuff that I'm really am passionate about, but zero audience. And then I've got the translation stuff where I have the audience, proven track record. And I'm like, that is the low hanging fruit. That is the one that will get you, you can launch a course and you can make money and make an impact and help people start their translations, freelancing businesses. Quick, like you know how to do that. Then what I'd recommend is if you still want to do the health stuff, it's two separate businesses, totally two separate brand heroes, ideal clients. It's a separate website. Like that is so different, and you'd have to grow that separate business. Plus you're still running your translations agency. So you see how sometimes we have to make that decision. Like, do we need to bring the money in, and then maybe we can fund our passion project with the money that we make from that. But obviously I'm not saying do something just for the money and you're not passionate about it and you hate it. Don't do that. But also look at things realistically and go, where do I have an audience? What makes sense? And then what can I do as a passion project and build up, and maybe have the money to pay someone to help me build the brand around that and that sort of stuff. So I hope that example helps you. So any life experiences that could contribute to what you want to help people with. So write that out. This is all in the workbook as well. I used to just share the workbook and I thought that was being really lazy, which it was. So I was like, I'll make slides for you guys this time. So I hope you like them. Give me some hearts in the comments if you're liking these. All right, now, something to think about again. putting this down in the workbook is, do you have a before and after story? So is there something that you've had to overcome? Is there a story that you can share that has to do with creating the success that you have now, and that it relates to what you want to help others with? So how did you get into what you're doing? Where was that big pivot? Like I shared with you at the beginning of this, a quick story about, we lived in London, we had the photography business, we moved to the Caribbean. We did love it there. We had great jobs there, but I had my daughter, and then I didn't want to go back to work 6 days a week. Unfortunately, that's what happens when you have a job, when you've had your own business for 8 years, and then you go and join a studio and it's a traditional job, they want you to go back full time. And I didn't want to do that. So that was like a huge pivot point story that I can tell that story and people will relate to that. So then we made that move and I opened a social media agency and then transitioned into business coaching after that. So where is that pivot point story for you? Why did you start the business that you have? How have you had the success? So I want you to think about that, because the stories are so powerful in your brand. And when you go to actually sell your course. So, and Andy says, loving the slides and the workbook. Everything's been updated. Yeah, it's looking gorgeous. All right. So niche versus brand hero. So there's a bit of a gray area in this sometimes. People do, I've also Googled it as well. And technically, a niche is what you do. Your brand hero or ideal client, brand hero comes from a book by Jonah Sachs called The Story Wars. And he talks about creating a brand hero, which is like somebody that's going to tag you and share your stuff and recommend you to friends. And we go really deep into brand hero work inside my 6-month group program in my Brand Your Expertise Online. We have a whole module and we go really deep on that. And, we can't go as deep into that now, but I just want you to think about this brand hero. It's like ideal client, but someone who is going to recommend you to people, who's going to be so amazing to work with. That's your brand hero. So your niche is what you do, okay? So your niche is, example, newborn photographer, film stills photographer. These are actual examples of clients I've worked with. Wedding venue consultant, brand designer, web developer, sales coach, life coach, yoga, yoga instructor. That's your niche. That's what you do. So if you think of a high street or you think of the mall, when you go into the mall, there's a hairdresser and there's a grocery store and, there's a clothing shop. Those are the niches. The brand hero is the ideal client. So you have what you do and then you layer it with the brand hero. So niche is not, I work with yoga instructors. So I think people get a little bit confused with this. Let me know if that makes sense to you. Just type niche in the comments if you're kind of understanding that a little bit more. So there can be a little bit of gray area when you look up like the definition of a niche, but this is more like breaking it into the two will help you, because sometimes we might have our niche, which could be I'm a web developer, and then you might have a brand hero, so a different person for each offer. So if I think of my web developer, Chantel, we've worked together for like 5 years. So we basically, we work together on full brand builds. I project manage it. I do the, like the prep side, the copywriting with the client, photo shoots, whatever we need to do. And then she builds it out based on like the design brief that I've come up with my clients. So she is, say, a web developer. But her niche is not coaches. Her niche is she's a web developer, and then she has a brand hero, which could be coaches, or she could have a brand hero that's photographers. So you might have slightly different people there. Okay, so you could have, like, for example, a course on how to have a web design business and how to run a web design business. And then she could also have a course on systems and target coaches. Do you see how, but her niche is still, she's a web developer or web designer. Do you know what I mean? All right. So think about that. Hey, Natalie. Hey, Louise. Hey, Kelly. Nice to see you guys. Hope that makes sense. Hey, Arena. Let me know where you guys are actually tuning in from. Put your country in there. I'd be really curious. I just need a sip of water. Where are you guys tuning in from? Hey, Louise. Yeah. let me know. I still find it easier to look at my comments on my phone, although I should probably be looking at it here. Okay, cool. So based on the above work, so again, you don't have to have the answer right now, but I want you to workshop this. I want you guys to actually do the work in the workbook and then post your homework in the Facebook group in Build Your Brand Online. Cool. Cape Town, South Africa. Nice. So I know we had people sign up from all over the world. This is why I also did the live later in the day. I normally do them in the morning, and I thought, let me do it later in the day to see if everybody can make it. You know, it's quite tricky. I always have like people from everywhere in the world signing up. All right. So based on the above, what could your niche be? What your niche is what you do, and your brand hero is who you serve. So start with, okay, what is it that I do? And then you'll layer that on with like exactly who that brand hero is. All right, so this is Nicola Dove. She was the one we were just talking about, and she joined my program around about this time last year, had never launched before, had never done a live. She's a film stills photographer. So this was her Instagram when she started with me in October last year. And she had about 1,500 followers. So not a huge amount, but a decent following of other photographers who are like interested in what she does. I mean, she's done the film stills for The Sopranos, for the Bond film, you know, so pretty cool. Like if you're a photographer, you're going to want to follow Nicola Dove. And so that was before. And then now, fast forward 1 year, she now has 5,500 followers on Instagram. And you might be like, well, what's the Instagram hack for that? The Instagram hack for that is to do launches. And she did her launches on Instagram, not on Facebook. So it also can depend where your audience is and where you feel comfortable. Marie France says, this niche and brand hero exercise is gold. Yes, so helpful. People get them confused or they mix them together. Or the other thing I see people do is they have more than one brand hero or more than one offer, like a course idea in their head or a group program offer, and they're trying to blend it all together. And then I'm like, wait, that's two different offers for two different people. So this is something that you need to make sure you're speaking to that specific person that course offer is for. All right, so this is now Nicola. So before, she had about 1,500 followers, had never done a live before, had never created a course, and she took action really quickly. She joined the group program in October. She launched in November, exactly this time last year, and now she's just done her 4th launch. So she launched in November, March, July, and November again. You can do that. You can launch your course 4 times a year if you want to. And so you can do like a iteration of your course and launch it multiple times. You can also do something called rolling enrollment, which is something more advanced. I don't recommend doing that straight away. I would do that once you've actually done your course, like with a start and end date each time, and taught it live a few times, and teach it live first and then go to like recorded stuff, etc., because you need to make sure that what's in your course is what the people actually want and need, and they will tell you. They are your best market research. They will give you feedback. All right, so she has gone from, you know, basically from 0 to 100, I think over 100K in this new business. So she still does films. She's still shooting films. She hasn't stopped doing that. But she started teaching other people how to become a film stills photographer. She changed her Instagram handle to Film Stills Academy. And she now has 5,500 people on Instagram, and she's grown her email list. And then she did a waitlist strategy. So the waitlist strategy worked extremely well for Nicola. So every time she launched, she did a 5-day training, open to close cart, got people in. People that didn't join that time, join the waitlist in between launches. And then when she comes back to launch, her waitlist grows all the time. So when she launches, she can pre-launch to the people on the waitlist, get people joining from the waitlist first, and then open it up to everybody else. So that's worked extremely well for Nicola Dove. All right, so your homework is to get your workbook, post your homework into the Facebook group, share this. So like I said, if you share this, your name will go into the hat every time you share it. Grab the graphic out of the Facebook group. You can post the graphic that you're in this free 5-day training, tag me, let people know about it. If people are wanting to do their courses, hey Francis, then let them know about it. And you can tag me on Facebook at Chanel Sigarius Bruce. You can tag me on Instagram at Sigarius Bruce, so I can see it and I will reshare it and all that good stuff. And your name will go into the hat every single time to win that Carrie Green 2022 planner, as well as the mystery boxes. So bit of fun this time. And then post your homework. So brainstorm the ideas of what your course or group program is going to be about. Step 2, get really clear on the results that you help people get by the end of them working with you in your group course. And then step 3 is the niche. What is your niche based on what you've brainstormed? What is the niche for this that you're going to be teaching? And you can start to think about the brand hero, but we can go deeper into that in the Brand Your Expertise online program. But for now, once you get clear on the niche, get a basic idea of who the brand hero would be. Like, who is this for and what is it? And go through the workbook, because that's going to take you through the steps as well. All right. So I just want to explain a little bit about Product Suite, and I'll go over a little bit more about Product Suite as well, because people go, but I don't only want to have one course. Like, I've got ideas for lots of different courses and lots of different offers. So we can eventually create what's called a product suite, okay? So your product suite will take your dream clients on a customer journey and cater for them at each level that they're at. So they could be entry level, mid level, your big signature offer, and then like a bigger offer like a mastermind or something like that. So you can cater for people at different levels through a product suite. So have that in the back of your mind, but I'm not expecting you to create your entire product suite now, but I do want you to come away with, by the end of the week, that main signature course. Like if you look at Nicola Dove, she only created one thing in the year, and she just launched it 4 times. And a lot of my clients do that. Jennifer's also, group program, launched that a few times. Then she created a certification program, so you can create these other things like directories or whatever ideas you have as your business grows, but start with the one thing. And then when you zoom back, you're going to think of product suite, which is taking people on a customer journey and having something for people at different levels. Because obviously the more access to you, the more they will pay and the more you need to charge, because there's only a limited amount of time that you can work with people. So for things that are one-on-one, mastermind, one-on-one offers or done for you stuff, that will be your higher end stuff. And then a group course or group program could be that mid-level signature offer. Then you could have, low-cost courses, low-cost offers, that kind of thing. So this is where this product suite will start to evolve over time, but just start with 1 or maximum 2 at the beginning. So you don't have to look at people that have been doing this for 10 years or 5 years and think, how come they've got 6 different courses, 6 different offers? Why is Chanel telling me to have 1? Well, it depends where you're at. So it depends. Have you had really good results selling that one course? And is that a well-oiled machine? Are you good at selling it? Are people joining it? Are people getting results? Okay, cool. Let's look at something else. But everything is like having another business almost. Like every offer that you have requires its own sales funnel, requires its own launches, depending on how you launch them. You might launch them in slightly different ways. But they're all like almost its own little marketing machine is needed for each of those different offers. They don't magically sell themselves, even if they're cheaper. So I often say that it takes the same time, effort, and energy to sell low price as it does high cost. And you wouldn't think that. If you have a huge audience and a huge following, you can go low cost, high numbers. But it's better, if you don't have a huge audience, you want to find something that like signature offer, sweet spot, that's that mid-range. And we'll talk about exact pricing later. I don't want to overwhelm you on day one. because I could literally talk about this all day, as you guys can probably see. But yeah, so I want you to zoom out, think about product suite. However, you're going to start with one thing at a time and then add those in. And it will cater, the product suite caters for people at different parts of their journey, basically, and, you know, at the level of where they can invest with you. So you can grow that product suite over time, but start with one course offer first, okay? Otherwise, it's just going to be too much and you're not going to do anything. So it can be quite overwhelming. All right. So please do share today's training. You can tag me on Instagram. You can share the live. You can share it on your stories, video the live, and then share it and tag me, and I'll reshare it, and we'll all just share the love. And your name will go into that hat every single time you share, so that you can hopefully win that Carrie Green planner. I think I might have to buy myself one as well. They're amazing. Irma won it last year when I did this end of last year. So she was like, oh, can I enter again? I was like, yeah, go for it. Like, why not? So your name will go into a hat, and I'm just going to lucky draw it out of the hat. So every time you share the live, every time you share the graphic that you have joined and you tag me, and also the top 10 most engaged people in the Facebook group that we can see, Facebook will tell us by the end of the week who was the most engaged. So just liking, commenting, posting your homework as well. Please post your homework in the group. We'll put homework threads inside Build Your Brand Online. Post your homework under the homework thread so we can see that. Ask questions, you know, meet the other ladies in there. Do an intro post. Post a picture of yourself. You have to get visible. If you want to do this, you actually have to get visible. You have to get comfortable sharing pictures of yourself, sharing your story. You can do a Facebook Live and introduce yourself in the group if you're really feeling brave. I know some of you already do lives. So yeah, let's all get to know each other in there, and I'll see you in the group. Let me know what we think of the new time. I don't normally do lives at this time. I normally do them in the morning. So this is new. Nice to see so many of you guys coming on. I know a lot of people end up watching the replay. That's fine. Replays will be up for a whole week, so you guys can catch up on the replays of this as well. You can still keep posting your homework. Whenever you watch it, just post the homework. We'll do binge watch over the weekend as well. So you're not behind, okay? A lot of people go, oh, I'm so behind. You're not behind. You just do it in your pace and post your homework. Celeste is excited to get started. Put some fire emojis in the comments if you're excited to get started. Don't just watch my videos. Please do the homework, because I can't jump through the computer, pull out all the information out of your brain. I mean, I'm kind of doing that, but I can't come there and do it for you. You have to, you have to do it yourself. Like, you have to figure out, what can I teach? Who is it for? Mapping that out, pricing it, writing a sales page for it. And I'm going to teach you all of those things. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed that. Put some fire emojis there for me. And yeah, happy Monday. Feels like the weekend. What's going on? It does, doesn't it? All right, so thank you, everybody, and I will see you guys tomorrow at the same time.